This is the guided practice for 1.6. We're talking about ratios or rates and if they are equivalent. Equivalent meaning the same. Are they equal? So we're going to do some guided practice here. You can follow along in your book. You can watch what I do. You can try it on your own and then see how I do. And then you can move to some independent practice. But let's check these out. Number one. $24 saved after 3 weeks. Is that equivalent to $52 saved after 7 weeks? So one way I'm going to do this is I'm going to set up my ratios 24 to 3. Okay, so that's 24 saved, 3 weeks. And then I'm going to set up the other one 52 saved 7 weeks. Now what I want to do is I want to get it down to 1 week. I'm going to get them where they both are. What did they save in 1 week? So the unit, what's the unit? And then I can see, is it the same number? So what I want to do is I'm going to come over here and I want to get it to 1 week here and 1 week here. Okay? So to go from here to here, 3 to 1 is divided by 3. Here to here is divided by 3, so that's 8. So $8 saved in 1 week. That's the unit rate of that first one. Now to go from 7 to 1, it's divided by 7. 52 divided by 7. I know that's not equal. 7 doesn't go into 52 evenly. So I'm going to do it on my calculator. 52 divided by 7, and it gives me 7.43 if I round it up. Okay? So almost $7.50 a week for that one. $8 a week for the other one. Are they the same ratio? No. This and this are not equal. So no, they are not equivalent rates. Okay, let's do the same thing with the next one. You have 270 calories, 3 servings. And then you have 450 calories in 5 servings. Okay, I'm going to get it each to 1 serving and see if the units are the same. So to go here, it's divided by 3. That divided by 3 is going to be 90. So it's 90 calories per serving. This one divided by 5 to get to 1. And so I divide this by 5. And that is 90. And they have the same unit rate, 90. For each serving, it's 90 calories. So, yes, those are equivalent. Once you take it down to just the basic unit and you're comparing the same thing, and you can see 90 and 90 are equal. Okay. Let's do this next one. Micah can do 75 push-ups in 3 minutes. Okay, pretty good. Eduardo can do 170 push-ups in 5 minutes. Wow. Are these rates equivalent? It's going to be close. I'm not sure. I can't tell until I get it down to how much can they each do in 1 minute. So, 75, 3, and 130 in 5. That's a 5. There we go. All right, so let's get them down to 1 minute each. 1 minute. So this first one I divided by 3, that's 25. So Mike is doing 25 push-ups in a minute. Now let's see what Eduardo is doing. I got to divide each side by 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5. 130 divided by 5 is 26. It's really close. They're about doing the same, but actually Eduardo is doing a little bit more every minute. So are they equivalent rates? No, absolutely not. They're close, but they're not equal. Okay. Let's do 4 here. A human adult takes about 16 breaths in 60 seconds. A puppy takes about 8 breaths in 15 seconds. Okay. This one, you have 16 in 60 seconds, and you have 8 in 15 seconds. What we could do here, we could get it down to a second. So we want to get this down to a second, this down to a second. We're going to divide this by 15, and we're going to divide this by 15. So it's going to be 8 divided by 15 over 1. And this one's going to be, divide this by 60. So we have 16 divided by 60 over 1. So now, whenever you have a fraction like 16, 60, this line here is division. So it's 16 divided by 60. So I'm going to put that in my calculator. 16 divided by 60. That gets me 0.26666, and the 6 goes on forever. Okay? So that is 0.26666 per second. That's a human. And now this one, it's 8 divided by 15. 8 divided by 15 equals 0.53333, and it goes on forever, per second. And that's a puppy. So the question is, are these rates equivalent? Well, if this number was the same as this number, they would be, but they're much different. A human takes less breaths per second than a dog takes. So are they equivalent? No, not at all. Okay. The other way we could have figured this one out is, if you remember in the teaching video, one way I showed you to find out if you have fractions that are equivalent is you do the crisscross method. Okay, and I think you've seen that before, but I'm going to do this other way in blue. So you have 16, 60, and you're going to say, are these equal? 8, 15. Okay. You could say, oh look, from 16 to 8, it's divided by 2. This is not divided by 2, so they are not equal. Okay? That's one way. Another way is the crisscross method, where you times those and you times those. So if I have 15 times 16, that gets me 240, and then 60 times 8, that gets me 480. So if those numbers are different, it means they're not equivalent. Okay? Bunch of different ways to figure out, are fractions or ratios equivalent? Okay? Go ahead and go on to Independent Practice, page 75, and try numbers 1 through 6, and then there'll be a video for you to watch to check and see how you did.